Hello, everybody. Hope you're having a great day. Welcome back for our fourth training on System.io. Today, we're going to talk about building an automated email sequence. So far in this training, we have went through why System.io is great for beginner affiliate marketers, as well as covering topics like a landing page where you collect your emails and building a sales or bridge page. Again, today is going to be covering automated email sequences, and I can't wait to dive right into this. We're going to cover two different ways you can create them. So let's get started. All right. So you're familiar with the fact that I have this landing page that we created on our second day of our trainings. We adapted this landing page to also have a bridge page yesterday. And then today we're going to set up our first automated email sequence. So let's start off with our campaigns. So there are two ways you can do automated email sequences within System.io. The first is a campaign. This is something you're probably familiar with if you've used GetResponse or Aweber before. So we're going to create a simple campaign. Actually, I just want to delete this one real quick because I don't use that anyways. We're just going to call this our welcome sequence. Okay. By default, you'll see there's no emails when you create that sequence or create that campaign. You have to add each email manually. If you ever want to change the name, you can click this gear icon to add the campaign and add a description for it as well. Now we're going to click on the blue text to go into the email sequence or email campaign itself. And we're going to select add an email. Now by default, we are going to put in our name and our email is going to be our email address that we want to send from. This will be the from address that you see in the email itself. Or add our subject. I'm going to say, welcome to the community. Pretty simple. Your sender name is the from name. That's going to be on who tells you the email is from. If you have a brand, because most of you know I actually bought the Group Juice program. Say Group Juice, for example, was using System.io. They want to have emails from that. They could say from Group Juice, like this. But since I've got my own personal brand, I'm going to say it's from myself here. Of course, the email is going to be from. You can choose whichever editor you want. There are pros and cons to using Classic versus Visual, and I will show you how to do both. I will show you some gotchas with the Visual editor. So hit. I'm going to choose Visual editor and hit Create. By default, it's going to give you a template you can go off of here. Now, the downside of this Visual editor, I'm going to start right off with that, is that whenever you have all stuff you have to get rid of before you even use it. So you have to manually go in here, delete all that, delete the logo. Now you can start with this here. So I'm going to drag a section and throw in some text. And now I can start and I can say, hi. I'll left align it. If I now hit space, if I want to put the person's first name into the email, it's as simple as doing this. If you don't remember or don't know what all you can utilize, the easiest way to do it is to click this choose a replacement and click on first name and it'll fill it in for you. I'm going to add a comma. I'm going to say, my name is Tyler Hughes. Welcome to my community. If you haven't already, please join my Facebook group here. Now, what I'm going to do is, this is one of the things I want you to know about because there's a questions people ask today. If you're sending an email and you have, say, a lead magnet you want to include, you would put your lead magnet, and you can do a couple ways. One of the more popular ways is to put in Google Docs and get your link for your document, your PDF that you want to do here. And then you want to highlight what your text, click link, and then you're going to put the link to your image in here. Because I'm actually going to link to my group, I'm going to put the link in here, hit the save icon. And now when I get the email, that text there is clickable. So I can easily join my group. I'm just creating a very simple email here. Best. It's something very simple email. Just give you an example of what you can do with this right here. Now, if I hit save changes and then exit, I have this email I can save and publish. Now, by default, every time you publish a message, it's going to ask you if you want to delay the email. Because this is the first email in our sequence, we can have it be sent immediately, which will be select 0 minutes, or we can actually have it sent the next day by choosing 1 day, or 30 minutes, whatever the case may be. I want it to be sent right away, so I'm select 0 minutes. I don't care about the time of day it's sent or days of the week, so I'm gonna hit publish. By default, it is active. If I want to deactivate it, I would hit the orange icon here. So that's sent immediately. Now, if I want to create a brand new email again and create a second email, I'm going to say Tyler Hughes. I'll call this email 2, just because we want to get an example here. Now, if I select visual editor again, what's it going to do? It's going to repopulate all this data here again. Now, there's an easier way of doing that if you want to if you want to do this. You can actually go into this here and click this 2 little pieces of paper and duplicate the actual email. And so it'll actually now say email 2, and I'll have all this on here. You can go and edit. But I like to, and so that's a quick way of getting everything set up. If you don't want to do that and you prefer the other way, you can actually go in here and say add email. Like classic editor, hit create. By default, you're going to get an editor more like a WYSIWYG editor that you're probably seeing in other sites. Similar to the last one, you can say hi. This one will be under substitute variables. You select first name, hit OK. Now I should put it in there. I want to take that comma out. I put it in the wrong spot. This is my second email. Best Tyler. Now I'm going to save and publish. Now I don't want this one to go out the same time as the last email right away. I'm going to say make it 1 day after the welcome to the community email and publish. And notice it put email 2 after welcome to the community because it's delayed after that one. If I hadn't done it, it probably would have kept it at the top if I just said it immediately, because then it would have been sent right away. But because I actually told it to be in a certain order, it populated in this list in that order. Now, as people go through your sequence, if they are on email number 4, it'll actually tell you that how many people were at that particular email. So if you sign up for email list today, you would be on this one. Tomorrow, it would say 1 person here. How many people have been sent? It gives you all this stats about all this stuff. Now, just because you create this sequence doesn't mean it's automatically going to work with your funnel. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to our funnels, go to landing page, we'll go to automation rules. The way to hook our funnel up to our campaign is say add rule. We're going to say funnel step form subscribed, and we're going to say action. We want to subscribe to our campaign. We want to subscribe to the email sequence. Hit save rule. Now, whenever they go through this funnel, the automation rule, and they fill in their name and email, the automation rule will take that info, put it, add it to our contacts, and then they will automatically add that contact to that campaign. And that is the first way that you can create an automated email sequence. Now, there's another way that we call workflows. I personally like this better. However, I do think it needs a bit of work, but we can show it to you real quick as well. So I went under automations and workflows. You can also go to automations and go to rules and create your rules here as well. As you can see, that rule we created here automatically got added to our rules over here. So you can access rules in a couple different ways, from the campaign or from the phone directly or from here. But I'm going to go to workflows and create a new workflow. I'm gonna call this email sequence. I'm gonna say workflow, so I can tell them apart. Well, it's a little bit in different spots, so it won't be a big deal. But when you go into it, I'm gonna say create a trigger. Just like before, you're setting up your rule within the workflow directly. So I'm gonna say phone form described. Now this is important. You gotta remember what that opt-in page is named. I called it landing page opt-in. The reason I say you need to remember that is because if you deactivate an old funnel, that old funnel will still show up in this list, even though it's not there. These might actually be for the other funnel, but I'm not worried about it. I know what my funnel, my opt-in form was named, so I'm gonna select it there and hit create. Now, all it's done so far is it's gonna opt them into the sequence, but there's no emails go out. Now, right off the bat, I know my first email is going to be sent right away, so I'm just going to hit the plus sign and say action. I want to say I want to subscribe. I could subscribe to the campaign, but I don't want to do that because this is how I'm going to send my emails. I'm going to say send an email. I'm going to say create a new one. I'm going to say welcome to the community, just like before. Save and edit. Just like before, you need to put in your email and your name for who it's going to be coming from. Now, if you want to shortcut this and do just like before, remember if you want to do the first name, you can do substitution variables. First name there, add my comma, and there's all my email. I'd be aware if you copy paste something from another spot, the formatting is a little different. It actually adds in more space than if you'd actually enter down yourself. So there's my email again. So all there's to it. I'm gonna hit save. That leaves. Now, if I'm ready to set my second email, I'm gonna say, I don't want that to go in right away. I want it to go out the next day. So we have a plus on here. I'm gonna say, I want to delay it. I could just delay it 1 day. Great. Now, let's add an action to send another email. I want to create a new one again. I want to say email to hi, first name. This is my second email. Best color. Add in my name like before. Hit save. And that's all there is to it. Just like that, you now have your first and second email. The first one, because there's no wait in between these two here, will go out right away. And the second one will go out after 1 day after the first email, because this wait we have in between here. Now, you can do all kinds of things with the workflows you can't do with campaigns. For example, if you wanted to say, I want to add a decision here. That decision can be, if at this point in time they get tagged with whatever tag you set up, you can add a tag here. And actually, we'll go create a tag real quick. Let's hit exit and go to contacts and tags. We want to say they purchased something. Okay. You can change this name as well. Just click the little pencil here to edit. We'll say purchased coaching. Now go back to our workflows. Click on our welcome sequence. We're going to click the decision, choose a filter, add a tag. The contact's been tagged with the purchasing. Hit create. You end up with a split happening here where, yes, they were tagged. Then I can send them an email. I'm just going to choose one of our existing emails here. I'm going to say, welcome again. But if they did not get tagged, then, whoops, I don't want to wait. I want to action. Let's say I want to then send them a different email. I'm just going to choose the email to here. So you can have different things that happen depending on different scenarios there. All kinds of things, the decisions you can make, such as tagging, where they clicked on the email, where they, but there's also, yeah, a link was clicked within the email. Not great how they do all this. But there are various things you can do. They are open to the idea of if you have suggestions, you can send them an email and say, hey, I would love this added to the backlog of items that would enhance the application. And I've had items I've suggested that I've seen in the GET response, for example. They've actually added in the way it was a lot easier for me to do things. One thing they added, they changed it, they didn't do it the way I want to, was this activity. They still have it as a, they changed this to where it says no activity stance. It used to have a drop down. They made it a little simpler. The suggestion I actually had was don't make me do a calendar. Let me choose between calendar or given options like last 90 days. Because if I select August 1st, okay, well, a year from now, I ain't gonna care about August 1st, 2022 anymore. I'm gonna come back in here and edit this and update it, and I don't want to have to do that. So that was some of the suggestions I made them. I'm waiting to see if they add it. But there are all kinds of things like if emails bounced. This is a great one. If the person bounced, I want a action to maybe I remove that tag. And then I also, let's say I send a campaign, I can remove unstructured campaign. I can do that. And so there's always things you can do depending on what you want to have in your business. It is recommended to clean up your contacts or your campaign every so often if there's bouncing. I think we can even, nope. There's no option to remove a contact from your list. So if you unsubscribe them or remove a tag, you have to note that you have to go back in later and actually delete them from your contacts if you don't want to be in anymore. So clean out your email list. That's a manual step. They don't have that currently, but you can do things with the actual email list itself or with the automated sequence in terms of removing tags so they get pulled out of this sequence or remove them from the campaign itself. So all this is available to you within System.io. Then I hope everybody has a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow for our final session, which is going to be dealing with creating a course in System.io. If you have any questions in the meantime, let me know. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I hope I see you in the next one. Have a great day.